They're all supposed to be
He's not supposed to play on the screw.
capture screws, so they just loosen up but don't fall out, which is handy. Losing screws is very annoying. Though sometimes the capture part breaks and they come on out, which I think this one kind of does. Yeah, that's still good. In which case you just set it aside. Open it. This one, it's got this little notch here you can get into. I always just pull up on that middle screw lightly, and then I can just pop it right off. Now, I don't want to set that on burners, just in case. So, the first thing I'm going to do, careful you don't get me in my light too bad. First thing I want to do is disconnect the battery. So this one's just a pull here. Don't need it accidentally turning on while I'm working on it. And so I need to disconnect this screw, which is just a reinforcement for the video cable. And just pulls straight off. Winds through here. And then this screw, which holds down the Wi-Fi card and the Wi-Fi antennas. Those will just pop straight out. And they're really tiny, so they can be really tough to get back on. It's easier when I have that out. And they just kind of route.
Have you ever noticed that phones and like speakers and stuff are green and their computers are usually blue?
Are you talking about the PCB or the printed circuit board here?
Yeah.
Well, different colors. Now let's see. I want to go ahead and take off these little hinge covers. Try not to lose the screws that go with them.
You know how nice the camera is on here?
I'm not sure if it's a full HD or if it's a 720. It's good. Done a lot of video conferences with them.
I think mine's a 180p.
Yeah.
Most of them nowadays are.
Yeah, just because it's 180p though doesn't necessarily mean it's really good.
The most high quality.
Because we got in some.
It just depends on how good quality the computer is and how clean the camera is.
Yeah, well, we got in some computers. They were lower end Dells, and they were full HD cameras, but everything was blurry.
Yeah.
And so I got a couple. There's 3 screws here on each side. I got the ones that come in on the back are a little different size, so I want to make sure I keep them separate from these top screws. For some reason, this model has a tendency for its screws to just back out and get loose. So I always have to come in here and do that. Okay, so now the screws are out. So now we just got to lift it up, route the cables through. This one can be a little tricky. And that's off.
That poor little PC screen. So dirty though.
Oh, the screens get very dirty. Very dirty.
I know, especially when they're touchscreens.
What gets me is the MacBooks. Apple does not make a touchscreen. They have said they will never make a computer with a touchscreen. But yet every one I come in, they just got fingerprints all over it and swipes like everyone's trying to use it as a touchscreen.
Yeah, that's the funny part.
It's like, it's not a touchscreen, people. And because they're all glossy, it really shows up bad.
Yeah.
And so we just got to route the Wi-Fi antennas. This also has antennas for what's called wireless WAN. So basically using a cell phone signal for internet.
I wish mine had that.
The computer doesn't have the card for it, but this particular one, all you need is get the card and then a SIM card, and you could have internet
Wirelessly.
through a cell provider. Of course, then you got to have the cell provider.
Yeah, and you have to pay for it too, which is just great.
Everything costs money, so.
No.
And if it doesn't cost you money, it costs you something else.
Yeah. Let me
So.
adjust my camera. There.
Now this video cable can be a little tight to come up here. And this one went real nice. Okay, so
Cheese.
now these are these are extended, the hinges, so I'm just gonna have to. That one came out. There we go. A little more. There's
Do
gotta
you know
be.
if that one has the LED keyboard?
I don't think this has a backlit keyboard.
Mine does.
It was an option for these, and I think this model, it was optioned out to not have it.
You got the
Mine, yeah, mine has the backlit.
Mine does too.
I said mine
I
was.
like it, but I hook mine up whenever I'm using it. I hook it up to my TV
Oh yeah.
because it's just easier and it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
not a better screen because I mean both of them are 180p screens, but my TV is 180p. Like I said, it's the same graphics quality.
Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes just hooking up the TV just makes it easier. So laptop screen's kind of small.
Yeah.
Now at work, they issue me a laptop computer, and I have it connected to a dock,
Yeah.
and I have two 24-inch monitors that
Nice.
I connect to.
Do you know if you could like daisy chain your computer to a monitor to a monitor? Do you know if you can do that?
If the monitor is the right type, I have a couple of monitors that you can do that with, and not the ones at work. I got them at home, but I don't need to daisy chain it because at home I'm just using my desktop computer.
Yeah.
It's got plenty of ports.
Yeah.
Alright, so route this in. Now it's
The inside of computers is just beautiful.
they are nice. Oh, this one has this kind of frame inside it. Give it a little more stability, so you don't get to see the inside quite as nicely.
Yeah.
But makes it a little more trouble for servicing because you got to take that whole subframe out
Yeah.
if you've got to replace the motherboard or.
Okay, some motherboard fries.
One thing that I commonly like to do on older laptops is take out the heat sink, clean off the thermal paste, and reapply new thermal paste for.
Yes.
Because that thermal paste will dry up
And it'll get old.
and it doesn't work as well. And the thermal paste that the manufacturers put on it is not really all that good. So,
Yeah.
oh boy, let's see. Now, they've not very well marked which ones here are wireless and which ones are not, are regular. So, that might be a little bit of a challenge. Let's go ahead and get these.
This is the model if you
That's your battery.
Also, that's the battery too. There.
Seems like this might have been set up for a slightly different configuration. You hand me that old screen, Nick? Just set it right there. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Let's see, I only have 4 antenna wires here, and here I've got
5.
5. And which ones are which? So I think these 2 should be the WAN. Just as this white one has a little bit of a black mark, and this black one has a bit of a white mark, which is how they're marked here. And we just have the solid black and solid white. I don't know what this brown one's for, but it could be. Some of these would come with Wi-Fi cards that would connect to 3 antennas. So it might be that this top case is designed for one of those variations, and that might just be for a minute. I'll take these little end protectors here off, put them back. Now, if that's the case, then it's not going to make any difference having that third antenna disconnected.
It's just gonna get a bigger signal.
Well, if we had it connected, you'd have to have connected to the Wi-Fi card.
Yeah.
This Wi-Fi card only has the 2 connectors. So this is the tricky part. These are extra tiny, and get a nice positive click on them. They can come off real easy. So I tend to,
It's fine.
I tend to go ahead and put them on the card and then put the card back in the slot. I just have to be real careful here when I pull it down. Otherwise, I'll end up popping them right off. So now I can put this back on.
Post oak would work. It's a white oak.
I still got a few trees left on my yard.
Yeah, I glanced at them out in the distance
So
there.
I'll just
Well, you got some trees out there.
wrap these cables down a little bit.
Cut up to 7 trees a year and not get fined.
That just blows my mind.
Oh my goodness.
Like cutting down trees on your own property.
Just put them out of the way. I do not want to forget to plug the battery back in. I do that quite often.
I bet.
And then I put the bottom case back on, and
You want this?
yeah. And then the battery isn't charging. It's not, not coming on if I don't have it connected to power. And what's going on there? And it's like, oh, I forgot to put the battery, but connect the battery back up.
Yeah.
These aren't bad. Some are a lot more difficult to get into.
Yeah.
Really. And some of them feel like you're going to break something every time you open them up.
Yeah. At least you don't have to disconnect the.
Like this whole part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to take all this off if I'm going to get down to the motherboard.
Sounds painful.
Yeah. I've done enough. It's not so bad.
Yeah.
And because some models are better than, like, I like this model because one of the things that is easier on it is getting the keyboard out. You do that all from the top.
Yeah.
So you just make sure you get all these screwed in so we don't have loose screws.
Get it nice and tight.
Yeah, you don't want too tight. Just
Because,
Just
like
snug.
Torx screws, those are good for technology fixing.
I do like Torx screws. They don't strip nearly as easy. That makes it a lot easier.
To not damage anything. Because if you do it too tight, it's gonna break or hurt something.
Yeah, it's more the issue in that with Torx screws that comes in handy is loosening things up. Trying to undo it if it's in there too tight. All right, well, let's see. Does he have the charger cord with him?
I think it did.
Back. Mine works. Okay, there it is.
Still got the little sticker over the Dell.
Yeah. When I do this for students, I usually keep that sticker on for them. All the computer manufacturers put a sticker over their logo.
I don't know
Like
why.
that. Well, for shipping, it's just to keep it nice and pretty during the process. You want to do the honors of pulling that off? You say you like that? Right there.
yeah.
That is pretty cool. Just kind of feeling.
That is a glossy screen.
It's probably gonna be the most satisfying part.
This one was a matte screen, so it's gonna look a little different. So let's turn the power on. This does have a backlit keyboard.
Is this green? Is it
No,
gonna
they
turn
tend to. Yeah, they come.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a glossy.
Well, not much of anything. I think he's pretty much take care of it.
It might even be a touch screen.
Well, I'll pay
That'd be
you
cool.
something.
I don't know if.
You might feel like you need to, because that's what it is. That's all it is. That's mine. That's what it is. Leave it alone. Been doing that since we got the car, but
Except I don't have. Yeah,
thank you, son.
he doesn't have a password, so.
I need to do it for you. Oh, yeah.
It is a touch screen.
Wow.
He'll like that. All right. Do a shift shutdown.
Do you know how to do a emergency restart?
There's a lot of ways to do emergency restarts. I'm gonna see if Dad can help me get that. But
That's cool how it's a touchscreen.
yeah, it wasn't advertised as a touch screen, so throw these away.
Well, that's gonna be the end of the video. So subscribe if you want to see a video about my airplane. Goodbye.